Okay, whenever
Okay.
you're ready.
The time is now 6 p.m. I'm calling to order the Highland Park Architectural Conservation District Commission March 27th, 2025 public hearing. Commissioners present are Commissioner Costin, Commissioner Cook, Commissioner Ward Hyatt, Commissioner Gajira. Uh, is are the other commissioners here? I didn't
No,
see
I
it.
think in yourself, and I think you're the
Oh,
Brother
Commissioner
Joe
you
Cook.
rounded out.
Commissioner Shelburne present. Okay, I don't see the other two commissioners here. Um, Commissioner Samaha and Commissioner
Hey,
Barrios Milner. Um,
but
okay, where was I? Okay, today the commission will be holding a public hearing to review applications
well,
in accordance with the Commonwealth Massachusetts Executive Order suspending certain privileges of the open meeting law, including the March 29th, 2023 amendment extending the suspension of these provisions until June 30th, 2027. We are conducting this meeting online to ensure public access to the deliberations of the Highland Park Architectural Conservation District Commission. The public may access this call through telephone and video conferencing. This hearing is being recorded. All further conversations between commissioners should be audible to the public in attendance until the hearing has adjourned. Are there any media or elected officials currently present? If so, please state your name, title, and affiliation. Seeing none,
Seeing none.
members of the public will have an opportunity to ask questions and provide public comment on the applications and discussions. To do so, please raise your hand in the application via the Zoom meeting platform. We will repeat these instructions throughout the meeting. So just regarding public comment, we usually save that until after commissioners have had a chance to talk about the project.
Looks like,
Oh, did we?
can you still see my screen, Andrew?
Yeah, yeah. Did we lose one of our commissioners? Did we lose Commissioner Ward Hyatt? Oh, she's connecting again. Here she is. Okay. Um, Advisory review, 73 Cedar Street renovation of the existing building, including alteration of the existing roof and adding additional stories to the existing side and rear additions. Uh, this is tonight's agenda. Ratification of the uh, October 24th, 2024 public hearing minutes and staff updates, and then adjourn.
Okay, so our first item will be the advisory review for 73 Cedar Street. And I just want to clarify that this is an advisory review, so there will be no vote taken by the commission. This is an opportunity for the commission to provide feedback for this project and then hopefully get it in good order to come back for a full design review application. So I think Sandra Woodward, you are here, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, and who else will be joining you in presenting?
Rudy.
Great, thank you. So before I get to your presentation, I just want to just provide some background here. I did share some staff comments with the commissioners. The history of the property. The existing building was built as a second Empire style residence around 1865. At some point prior to 1971, the south side abutting building at 71 Cedar Street was demolished, exposing a masonry party wall. In 1979, the masonry party wall was removed and replaced with the current wood-framed vinyl-sided wall. 73 Cedar Street retains the form and design of its mansard roof, a character-defining feature of the Second Empire style of architecture. While no changes to the site or landscape are proposed at this time, it should be noted that the existing stone walls and posts are significant landscape features. Any alterations or work affecting these features will require the prior review and approval of the Highland Park Architectural Conservation District Commission. So just to orient everyone, if you can see my cursor, here is Cedar Street. Here's Lambert Ave, and here's number 73 right there. Here are some street views. This is number 73. And you can see the mansard roof present. And we'll just walk you through a few photos I took last week. And you can see here, this is where the party wall was, where the second adjoining building had been located until sometime in the 1960s. For what happened, just share again. Okay, hopefully you can see can you all see that house again? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I do now.
Okay, good. And so here are the walls I mentioned, and these the posts, they're currently painted, but here are the posts. Here are some more posts here. And the rear of the building. And in terms of history, this is an early 1880s bird's eye view. Here is Cedar Street. Here's Lambert Ave. So the house is here. It's hard to tell, but you can see this is probably one of the only views that I could find where it shows it in its double state before the site at 71 Cedar was demolished. Here's a map. This is from the 1880s, and here's the existing building. Here's the building at 71 Cedar that was demolished. And another map from the 1930s. And then with that, I think, Andrew, if it's okay to start with the applicant with their presentation.
Yeah, yes, please begin.
So Sandra,
And
just
welcome.
when to advance.
Hi, thank you guys. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And I do apologize in advance. It's the first time I'm going to be presenting and going this. And I appreciate, Joseph, the whole history. I will be honest, I wasn't even aware. It is beautiful. So as we were discussing with Joseph, we did submit the applications regarding the changes that the owners, the current owners of the building will like to do. So if, I don't know if you were able, Joseph, or you would like me to share. Yeah, great, thank you. If we wanna go one more down where we show the existing and what we are, one more, let me see, right there. Like this is what it shows, and to your left side, what is the existing, and the right side is how would it look like with the all the changes, and that's what we are.
Excuse me, Sandra. One moment. There's some background noise. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
maybe
somebody needs to mute.
Yeah,
there's like some music in the background
now.
Thank you.
Is it better?
If it's coming from you, I guess there's no way to avoid it. But if someone else,
No, I
it can
think
mute.
I do apologize. It's like where we are. I might be able to ask, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just thought I thought it
Yeah,
might be coming
it's
from
just
someone else.
The background noise is sort of distracting from what you're saying to some degree.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Is it better? No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I assume you're in a public place, or
Yeah, maybe in the place that I am. I can try to move a little bit if that will be okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you. I just thought it's not
we'll just
necessary
pay attention harder.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, just speak up and we'll pay attention more closely. It's not necessary for you to try to move to a different place.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I will speak up a little louder and I will go slow. That way my accent won't even confuse you more.
Great,
Okay.
great, perfect.
So as I was explaining, in the two drawings, you can see the existing building and what we are proposing and hoping to get any feedback from you guys today. And I don't know if there is, and you have any question or anything else I call.
Sure, I'll just go through. So we have so here's the existing front, here's the proposed front. And so you're proposing to remove the mansard roof and replace it with a gable. There's an existing one-story addition on the side that you're proposing to add 2 additional stories to, and obviously changes to the windows. This is the rear elevation. So again, on the side, you're extending the existing height of the existing addition by 2 stories and changing the gable roof. And then also you're proposing making changes to the existing rear addition and Ernest, you had a question?
Yeah, I do have a question. I guess what I really wanted to know is the building going to be any? I know that corner very well. I remember when there was construction box there for a while. So I'd like to know, is it going to be any taller?
Can I add
on that corner?
Can I add some context real quick, if you guys don't mind?
Yes, please.
Who's speaking?
This is Kurt, the owner of the property. These are drawings that we proposed, yes, but there's certain things that aren't necessarily reflective.
Yeah, we can't see you right now, actually.
I'm not on camera, I apologize.
Yeah, okay, so move the camera over a little bit so we can see who's talking.
My camera's turned off, I apologize.
Okay.
Hold on, bear with me.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
I trust. In regards to, can you see me now?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I apologize. I'm here with my mother, so I didn't have the camera.
It's okay. You're the owner, though, right?
Yes, we are.
Right. Okay.
The point that I was quickly trying to drive home is that we weren't aware, essentially, of the conservation aspects, the architectural conservative aspects to the design. So, knowing that now the design these drawings don't correctly reflect our entire intent. We were going back and forth with, I suppose you guys, and understand now the conservation efforts for retaining the style of roof that we see present, that exists here.
So Kurt, do you have revised drawings?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Not yet.
That's the point I wanted to kind of drive home. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. I mean, so it sounds like your hope is to retain the mansard roof.
Yes.
Work with that. Okay.
So in looking at everything, take in consideration the design aspects that we're showing you here, but with retaining the mansard roof. So I wouldn't really, it wouldn't be the best step forward to look at that, like, oh, they're trying to change the roof, if you will.
Thank you, Kurt. This is advisory, so usually our recommendation to staff is to ask applicants to bring projects that are not fully vetted.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't be fair for us to ask you to invest a tremendous design effort so early in the project. So you're at the right place at the right time with this application. So don't worry. With this process, we'll ask for more information as we go, and that's what this is meant to do. So you're at the right place at the right time.
Gotcha. I want to make that
Commissioner Ward Hyatt, you have your hand up.
Hi, thanks. I just wanted to say I'm really happy to hear you say that, Kurt, that you're going to take another look at this with respect to the roof, because the roof is, there's obviously been a lot that's happened to this building, including, cut in half at some point. But the mansard roof is such a character defining feature of the house, and it's not unique to Roxbury, certainly, but Roxbury has a high percentage of mansard roof structures, as we all know, in the neighborhood. And it would be, I think it is important to kind of retain that really one important characteristic of the house. And I would say, you know, what you're doing with adding more windows, being careful about, you know, adding more windows, those are all going to help the design. You know, just one thing that had occurred to me as I was looking at this, beyond the roof form was, are you the location of the windows vertically on the facade made me think that maybe you were taking out the floors completely and rebuilding the floors at different levels. I don't have an opinion on that. It's just it looks like you might be demolishing this everything except maybe the exterior envelope.
No, that isn't our initial intent.
Okay.
We're modifying each floor, taking the opportunity to cut out new windows because we have plenty of wall space for it. So,
Yep,
there might have been something lost in translation of the elevation. The architect.
I would just, with your architect, I would just have them look a little more closely at where the window is in relationship to the floor, because it looks like those second floor windows are basically sitting on the floor.
Yeah, I agree. In hindsight, I agree. Looking at it, the second floor windows do look a little oddly located. Yeah, but to answer your question, the long story short is we're not planning on removing any floors, just adding more windows.
Okay. Okay. And is it fair to say that you're kind of going to proceed with retaining the mansard roof, which gives you the opportunity for a whole third floor?
Yes.
I live in a mansard roof house, and
yeah,
so I'm
planning on
yeah,
not necessarily.
great.
Yeah, there's newer construction on Cedar Street that have a mansard style roof. We're just planning on mimicking that, basically taking a modern take on the pre-existing design, but making it work in our best interest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a mansard roof is a great way to kind of disguise a whole other floor level because it looks like roof from the outside, but you get a whole other extra living story inside. So
exactly. Yep.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
We do have a picture, I believe, of what Curtis' house is talking about. Is that okay if I share that?
Yes.
Yeah, follow me.
Let me see if I will be able to share this.
Should be able to.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like what were you talking about, Curtis?
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Okay, it will be something like this.
Looks good.
Okay.
Looks really good. Yeah.
Awesome. So stop sharing.
Yeah, that's one of the defining characteristics. Curtis, I don't know if you have had a chance to read the document for the Highland Park neighborhood or for the conservation district. I don't know. Have you had a chance to look at that?
Yes, I have. It was
okay. Good.
I believe it was referred to us when we first were going through this process, and that's how it was brought to my attention.
Okay, thank you. And how long have you been in the house, or how long have you guys owned it?
1995.
Yeah, 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
right. 30 years actually.
Oh yeah. All right. So we probably bumped into each other more than once. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Maintaining the window setup, Angela. I think that was really good suggestion. That was a good catch. I knew it looked off, but I couldn't quite figure out what was wrong with it.
Yeah, I haven't actually noticed that particular thing myself looking at these drawings.
Yeah, so that was good. So we got the roof and the windows, and yeah, so you're looking good.
Great, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Are there other commissioners that have questions for the applicants? Commissioner or Dr. Commissioner Dr. Cook? No. Do you have any questions at this time? Commissioner Gajera?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just wondering, for the new construction, are you planning on using the similar siding Is that vinyl siding, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, that was just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you.
Okay. If there
I
are
don't have
no,
any questions.
oh, you don't have any questions at this time. Okay. All right. I have a few things. I would um, I would consider saving the shape of the old mansard roof. I know you want to do a more straightened version of that, and I think you can explore that as an option. But there's something really nice about the curved shape of this existing um, mansard roof that nobody builds them like that anymore. Um, and it would just be interesting to see what it would look like if that same uh, roof was, wrapped around the Lambert Ave Street side. Um, you know,
Yep.
just it would be interesting to explore that. And then, there's an example of a dormer there on the front. You could use that example and have multiple dormers like that, to get light into that third level. Um, but otherwise, I'm happy to see the additions that you're making to the kind of bay window on the left side, and on the rear. You're extending up this like one-story addition on the back. That's all. I'm okay with all that. That seems to be totally fine. Um, and let's see what else. I mean, eventually we do need for the design review, we need a site plan, kind of noting. Well, we need the city's gonna ask you for a surveyed site plan anyways for this level of work. But for us, we need to see that. We'd like to see, dimensions, setbacks, um, showing, it would be nice to see the site plan showing the pudding stone wall and the gate markers, with notes that those are to remain. If possible, if you can restore that or fix up that stone wall in the process of this, it would be awesome. That wall is probably, close to 200 years old, or it's at least as old as the building. Um, and the stone gate markers are really important. Um, Maybe if we can um, paint those some other color than purple would be interesting to
Like a
look at
natural one,
that.
like a natural color, right? Instead of magenta.
Yeah, yeah, or maybe just have them like I don't know, sandblasted or the paint even removed, maybe.
Yep. I could only agree with you there.
Okay, yeah, they're kind of a funky color.
I don't know what's going on there.
I guess it was a well, sorry, that gets into use. I can't talk. We can't. Our commission doesn't
Right.
talk about use, so we can't get into that. I stopped myself, Joe. What else? Oh yeah, I do. I wanted to say too. I really like that you got all the windows you're adding and the call that fenestration. The alignment of the windows all looks great. Uh, for a design review, we'd be looking to get more information on materials. I think you talked about vinyl siding. Um, um, we the commission can't dictate materials, but we can ask you. One of the character defining features of the neighborhood is architectural detailing and materials. So you can read that section and work with staff. That's page 85 of the study report. So I would just encourage you to, draw some, appropriate details um, and, label materials and look at trim and things like that at a more deeper level. And I understand this is just a preliminary um, sort of sketch of what you're thinking. Um, I think it would be interesting to explore doing something with the porch roof as well. That's shown as flat, but in reality, that has a bit of a pitch to it. So it might be interesting to as part of your next scheme to look at having maybe a more substantial roof there. Maybe something like the neighboring property there. Also, I wanted to note, I think this is an oak tree that you have on your property here. This is a very important tree to the neighborhood. This is what we would call a character defining tree.
It's a pin oak, I think.
Yeah, it's probably a pin oak. That might be 150 years old. Well, no, it's not that old, right? Because there was a building there, right? But it takes a long time for a tree to get that big, and
it's stunted.
It would just be important to protect that during construction. And save that tree. Oh, and with regards to detailing too, I just want to be clear. I'm not asking you to put Second Empire details on this building. So you don't need to go and find a Second Empire style building and kind of stamp those details on this building. I'm asking you to just be really intentional with the kind of trim and around, the edges of the building and around windows and the overhang, just to look at that very closely. So I think those were my notes. Yeah. Yeah. Joe, if we can go the drawing on the left side of the building on the bay window projection, it would be nice to see some trim on that as well. It doesn't really show any trim, I guess, and half of the building looks like the other half of the building, the upper half looks like it's covered in vinyl siding, and then I think, or rendered as clapboard siding, and then the bottom half seems to be blank. I'm not sure if that's a different material that you're trying to indicate.
I'm not. I think that they just go ahead, Rudy.
Vinyl siding now in that building.
Yeah, there's vinyl siding right now. Yeah, I agree. And you're going to put new vinyl siding, right?
We're
so the entire building.
Vinyl siding, trimming the windows. Wrap all the fascia and rakes with white aluminum, PVC aluminum.
Okay. Yeah, it would be good to see some.
Do you want some trim around the window? We can put some PVC trim.
Yeah, it would be nice to see see that in the drawings, and I guess you could the building next to you has pretty modest trim. You could look at that as that's an open gable style building. That's a completely different style. No, the red building, I guess, that has pretty modest trim. I guess you could look at that as take some examples from that. And I guess in addition to the site plan,
I'm sorry, in the front porch, if we do it like a hip roof, should be fine.
I'm sorry, what kind of roof?
A hip roof.
Yeah. Show us on the drawings and we can discuss it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it would be important, you're going to have a lot of construction equipment on the site. I think it's important to look at landscaping and maybe develop a modest landscaping plan along with this project. You're probably going to be spending, $1 million on this renovation. So it might as well look good, with some nice landscaping. Landscaping is one of the character defining features of the neighborhood.
I will discuss that with the homeowner, and then we.
Yeah. So I'm just offering you some some feedback for the next meeting. I'm not asking you to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on landscaping. But I think it should be part of a project of this magnitude.
All right, we'll talk to discuss it with the homeowner, and then next meeting we got some answers for you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Are there other commissioners that have questions or comments?
Well, I don't know. I'll wait, give somebody else a chance, but I have a couple thoughts.
Well, if there aren't any other commissioners that have anything, you can go ahead, Commissioner Costin.
All right. Yeah, one of my thoughts was, working from the landscape perspective, with what's already there existing on that corner, with that pin oak, and the stone wall sort of matches the wall across the street and right there by the school. So that's going to be a really very nice corner. It's going to be a very nice project. With the additions, with the attention to the detail on the roof line, on the the window alignment, it's going to be a really, really nice project, and I'm feeling good about it, and whatever we can do to support this being one of the best projects in the neighborhood up to this point, that'll be good. So paying attention to that detail and maybe looking over the document one more time to see what else. So when you come back, other things will already be addressed. I like the idea of having more light on the top, even though we can't really, talk about how you use the space. But I just, think that having, windows, on that mansard would just be a plus all around. But I can't spend the money for you. But I can support you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I can.
just
Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top was the windows, the roof, the porch, and the landscaping with the wall, and preserving the tree. Definitely putting something around the tree so that it doesn't get basically destroyed by compacting the roots. Sort of keeping heavy equipment away from it, and definitely not driving nails in it. If you can get a board or some way so things don't bump into it and scar it really badly and it gets disease, it could wind up being a very nice, piece in the landscape there. You can sort of work your landscape around that. Because it's a mature tree, that would cost thousands of dollars, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 if you wanted to get that from someplace else, if you could find it and plant it.
Nice.
There are two other commissioners that have their hands up. I'm not sure which one had their hand up first. I'll come to call you, Commissioner Ward Hyatt. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thanks. Ernest made me, his comment made me think of a couple more things. So apologize for coming back here.
No need to apologize.
I just wanted to be, I don't know if I was clear when I commented first about retaining about the mansard roof. I really do believe, of course, I haven't seen the structural condition of it, but that comment was meant to suggest that you retain and that you retain the mansard roof as it is now, because it gives you that full extra story. It probably gives you plenty of head height. It looks like it does from this photograph. That unless it's really structurally compromised and falling down, I think it would be wonderful to retain it as it is with the swoop profile that Andrew had mentioned is really distinctive. And I would go so far as to say, and I'm not sure what the other commissioners think, but I would be completely fine with you not adding the mansard on the facade of the building that had been a party wall, because in a way it's kind of a little nod to the history It's not recreating something that was never there. This is kind of done all the time. In fact, I was remembering a building, a house in Rosendale that the owner had discovered was a half of a house. It was on the news, and they restored it very beautifully, and they kept the kind of sheer wall that was once, internal to the building. But they put trim around it in a way that made it look good, and it became a great opportunity to add more windows and other things. So I would just go, even further to say, I think if you retain the mansard roof, you could retain the existing roof and not worry about completing it on that fourth side, because it's kind of just a little interesting, historical artifact that is unique to the property. Thanks.
For what it's worth, the roof is a structural and leaking nightmare.
Oh, well,
It's just
okay.
to give you that 2 cents, but I hear you.
Okay.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yeah, I was as a great point, Angela. I didn't think about that. I was gonna also go with Andrew and recommend adding that soffit on the right side, but yeah, I guess I could go either way. But so I think if it has to be, I can see you losing. Yeah, you're probably losing some floor space the way it is. I see why you took it straight up, but yeah, I definitely would recommend keeping that swoop profile. But beyond that, yeah, if you want to add the soffit on the right, I think that would just look a little bit more complete architecturally. But for keeping the history, I could see leaving it the way it is. So yeah, I'm okay either way.
And I can be either way on it too, but it's recognizing that it's a bigger cost to add it on the fourth side. But that was when I thought that they could retain the existing roof. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
And then I just want to confirm you're getting rid of the handicap ramp on the front. Is that correct?
Yeah, the handicap ramp in the front is gonna be gone. We're gonna see if we can put it on the side with the bay windows with the back decks coming out.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure to show that if you're proposing it somewhere else.
Okay.
And then I agree. Yeah, it would be great if you could just show the existing lines for the siding. You could just probably show it like in a gray, so just a nice. No one's guessing.
Will do.
I'm sorry, this is Commissioner Shelburne. I'm coming around to Commissioner Ward Hyatt's idea. I think the fact that that's a flat facade, it does talk about the history of the building, of the site and the building, and that there was another half there. It is kind of jarring to see it, but it is part of the history undeniably. And yeah, I could see the project remaining flat on that side as well, and not extending the mansard around. It'd be interesting if whoever's making these drawings could just show us an example of what that would look like. But yeah, I would be okay leaving it as it is and filling that in with windows and yeah. Oh. Do the proponents have any questions for us or any questions for Joe about the process or what's next or?
So I do. So the next point is just to submit the changes, and then we meet again. That's how it works.
Sure. I would propose, Sandra, why don't you and I and your son and your team, let's meet and we can just discuss what you heard tonight, and then revise your plans, and hopefully maybe you'll be ready to come the end of April for a design review.
Sounds like a plan. Thank
Okay,
you.
so let's schedule a meeting next week, early next week, just with staff, and we can regroup on this. And, again, just process what you've heard and, what comments you think you can incorporate. We can talk more about the wrapping the mansard roof around, landscape suggestions you might be thinking of. So let's plan to meet early next week, and again with the hope of having you come back in April for design review.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So now we're gonna, if the commissioners are finished, I would like to open it up for public comment. Public comment. Members of the public will now have an opportunity to ask questions and provide public comment on the application and discussions. To do so, please raise your hand via the Zoom meeting platform. If you are calling in and cannot use the platform, you can press *9 to raise your hand, or you can send your questions to staff via email at highlandacdc@boston.gov.
Great. Before we call on Joan or Lee, I did receive 2 emails. One was from John Ellerston, and he had served on the study committee, so I think a lot of you know him. He lives at 76 Thornton Street. He writes that he came to Highland Park in 1967. At that time, the twin house was complete. I strongly oppose the proposed changes, in particular, getting rid of the mansard roof. And he was unable to attend the hearing. So I think what you're hearing is everyone wants the mansard roof and the profile with the swoop to remain. Lee Peters, I see you have your hand raised, so I'll let you make your comment, but you did submit written comment. Again, just wanting some more revision made to the right side elevation. And I believe you were also hoping to have some more revisions to the roof. So I think I will call on Joan Seamster. You should be able to unmute yourself. Hello, Joan.
Oh, unable to start video for whatever reason. So
yes, well, but we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why my video, I would like to be on camera, but it's not being allowed. So I'm just going to skip it. Thank you very much. And Lee does still have his hand up. So I just wanted to be respectful to community. My question is less about this, but more about the overall process. And I know this is a preliminary, but has this been reviewed with the butters? Because I went to the city site and I cannot see any history of this property. So that's why I'm using this moment to ask, have a butters been reviewed? Has any other community hearings? And where in the process is this, so that, because this is a very active intersection and corner with a lot of other buildings up for review as well. So that was my question. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I'm not aware. I don't know that this will need any zoning. I think it was my understanding that this would not need any zoning variances, but I don't know if the applicant has anything more to report on that, or other community meetings you may have been part of.
No.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move to Lee Peters next. Lee, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to compress my comments because they tend to agree with what's already been said. I was just going to ask for the right side facade toward Cedar Street that there are more windows put on the blank wall. And I think where there is a plan for a change in material, that the change follows some kind of logic, like a water course or some establishment of the lower story as different from the upper stories. So a little bit more detail, especially to this view, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. Let me just check and see if we have any emails coming in. I don't think we do. Just make sure. Nope. Andrew, I think that's the end of public comment.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you to the applicant. And yeah, I hope you got some good feedback. Thank you.
We did. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
And we'll be in touch and we'll meet next week. I look forward to it.
Me too. Take care.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
So now we're moving on to ratification of the October 24th, 2024 public hearing minutes. I think public is spelled wrong there, but
Okay.
public, yeah. That's okay, just a little typo.
It looks, yeah. So
Yeah,
Andrew, I did note you had one edit to the minutes, and I made those. I corrected that for 75 Dudley Street. I don't know if commissioners had any other comments, or Andrew, if you had any other comments in addition to that.
yeah, I mean, that was a tough meeting. It there was a lot of sentiment, very strong sentiment on both sides, of that project. So it's really hard to capture that in the meeting minutes because they're so brief. But people were expressing more frustration than I think just that they opposed the project, and I don't know if there's a way to capture that in the meeting minutes, but um, I don't know.
The
Maybe I'll just
recording,
leave it
I
to
mean, that's why we have the
yeah.
recordings, which are available for people. I mean,
Yeah,
the minutes are a synopsis of what happened.
right. Um, so yeah, I don't do other commissioners have if they've had an opportunity to read the minutes and have any comments on them?
No comments from
On
me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a comment. I just wanted to also state that it was a very upsetting meeting. And I think that it still has caused a lot of division in the neighborhood. So, that's difficult when you live in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that project really has divided the neighborhood. People are still upset to this day. I hear about it. I can't talk to them about it, but I hear about it. So anyways, we can we open this up for public comment, Joe? Or sorry,
Not for minutes.
Commissioner Costa.
So we are reviewing minutes to approve. We're not discussing past projects. We have to stick to
Yes,
our meeting agenda, so we have to keep our conversation to the minutes at hand.
right. Commissioner Costin, do you have comments on the meeting minutes?
Yeah, even though the meeting was contentious and that came all back up again after reading the minutes over, but it was pretty much captured what happened to the most part. So I just think that unless someone is objection to something that did not happen according to the minutes, I think we should move forward just accepting the minutes as they have been presented.
Okay.
Because we can't, I mean, yeah, we can't change the meeting.
That sounds like a motion.
Yeah.
Okay. And Joe, we typically don't, is it standard practice? We don't open up these minutes for public comment.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm seeing a no from Joe. Okay.
No.
All right.
We don't want to go back.
So Commissioner Costin, are you making a motion then?
Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented, with whatever necessary changes that need to be made. I did not see any changes that I thought needed to be made to what I read.
Yeah, I made one change. It was a deletion of the word preliminary in the description of the plans for the Dudley Street project, 75 Dudley Street. That was the only change I've made from what you reviewed.
All right, with necessary changes.
Okay, is
or
is there
deletions.
someone that will second the motion?
I'll second.
Okay. All right. Then the meeting minutes have been approved. This
We have to
is
vote. We have to vote, and everyone votes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I guess we're taking a roll call now. Yeah, apologize. It's been a long time since we've done this. Commissioner Costin.
A motion has been made and duly second that we accept the minutes as they were presented with the necessary changes.
Okay, so you're voting in favor of
Yes.
approval. And Commissioner Dr. Cook.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I want to abstain.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Ward Hyatt.
Yes.
And Commissioner Gajira.
Yes, I wasn't there, but sounds like yeah, it sounds like everything. I mean, the crux of it was captured. So yeah.
Okay. And I'm voting yes. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm yes. Well, we have one of the alternates voting yes, so it's really not even necessary that I vote.
Well, no, you
Okay.
can vote because Andrew, you can vote because the other two members are absent. So we have 5 members.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, forgive me. Okay, so I'm voting yes then.
Okay, great.
I guess Joe, is it okay if I wasn't there to still vote on it?
Yes, yes. I mean, you're
You read them, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
staff updates.
All right. So I think obviously I'm not Gabriella. So you probably heard that.
You don't look like Gabriella.
No, I don't. So Gabriella.
That was just a new filter or something.
So Gabriella Morey, she has taken a new position in our office. She is preservation projects manager. So her position is vacated and it was posted today on the city's website. So if you know anyone interested in a preservation planner position, please send them our way. And also we have 2 new staff members. We have a new director of the Office of Historic Preservation, Kathy Kotaridis, who many of you know. She was the executive director of Historic Boston Incorporated. And we are just so delighted to have her leading our office. And our deputy director position, Elizabeth Sherva, was recently hired in the beginning of March, and she also serves as the executive director of the Boston Landmarks Commission, and she comes to us from the Massachusetts Historic Commission. So we are well staffed, and hopefully we will find a great planner to take over for Gabriella, but in the meantime, you're stuck with me. So.
Okay, thank you, Joe. There's just four quick topics that I've been emailing you about. I just wanted to bring them up to the commission. We have because I mean for various reasons, we haven't approved any other than just this meeting minutes from last October. Other than this meeting minutes from last October, we haven't approved any of the meeting minutes from the previous 2 years. Of our operation. So Gabriella Amore has those done, and I would love to, get those out to the public. Perhaps we could put them on the agenda for the next hearing. So I just wanted to bring that up. I've been talking with Joe about this, but I just wanted to discuss this with, or just bring it up to everyone. Gabriella Amore sent us the draft of the bylaws. So, I think Joe is working with the law department, the legal department, with some questions. But if you look at your emails, you can see that Gabriella Amore sent us a draft of those. So I would encourage you all to take a look at those and send your comments or questions to Joe. At some point, we need to discuss them all as a group. So we should have that on the agenda in the future. And then the district does come with signage, physical signage that goes on top of the street signs. And I think it would be we've brought it up in the past, but it would be good to work with Joe on that and move that along. So I don't know, Joe, if you have any updates on that. I know it's probably kind of gone off your radar, but
No, well, thank you for bringing it back. I did discuss it with Gabriella, and she was going to reach out to the people she's been working with in Public Works about that.
okay, yeah. I mean, in the past, we've reached out to them and they've just been unresponsive. So I don't know, Kathy might have to get involved to kind of march it up the food chain there. Um, and two of our commissioners, their terms have expired. So I just want to briefly touch upon appointment of new commissioners. Basically what I understand, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the commissioners whose terms have expired, they stay on as holdovers until new commissioners are appointed in their stead. That's correct, right?
Yeah, so unless they resign. So,
unless they resign. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
So, I mean, you can resign or otherwise you remain active until the replacement is sworn in.
Okay. Great. The neighborhood conducted a public election a while back, and over 75 people participated in that election and selected a slate of candidates that they sent to the Office of Historic Preservation. And so I don't know what the next step, I guess, is to get those folks interviewed or.
Well, we did.
Is that correct, Joe?
We did reach out to other nominating organizations that are listed in the study report. So we did.
Okay.
And I believe that the deadline has passed for them to submit names. So now we can move forward with doing interviews.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that would be great. Because I don't know if you guys all remember, but it takes a year or more to appoint commissioners. So the earlier we can get started and move that along, I think the better. And Ernest can retire if he wants. I don't know. Or Suleiman, I don't know if you want to retire, but anyways.
Retired, but this is very active. I have feelings sometimes about what we're doing, what we need to do. And I just feel very that we're not doing it, because it seems like demolition is not what we're about, but it seems like we get to approve projects that includes demolition to some degree. So yeah, it's very concerning. So I'm still with it, because what we're trying to do is preserve buildings, bring the neighborhood back together again. We don't want to add a lot of density, but we have a lot of lots that we could actually, put back the holes, that's been burned out, bombed out, abandoned. Nobody wanted to live in Roxbury. The bank wouldn't loan money for Roxbury. So it's good that people can get money to rebuild in Roxbury. So people want to see that, but we don't want to have people building in every postage stamp size plot of land because they can make some money living someplace else and renting out. We don't want that kind of a turnover.
Thank you, Ernest.
So Andrew, I'm still involved. I haven't retired yet.
Oh no, you're I'm.
I woke up this morning. I was still alive.
Okay. Do any of the commissioners have any questions or comments about some of the things I mentioned just now? Okay, then we can.
I have
there's
one
nothing else.
I almost forgot one last important announcement, which is the extension of virtual hearings has been extended. So it was due to expire the end of March, and it's been extended until June 30th, 2027.
Then what?
Excellent. That's great.
Then
So we
we'll
don't all
see.
have to march
Then-
down to City Hall.
Maybe I'll be
Then-
retired by then. Who
Then
knows?
then we go down to City Hall.
Well,
Or not City Hall, but down to your office.
I imagine by then it'll be made permanent. But
Okay.
you know, until then, we're good to continue for 2 years and a few months.
All right. I like the amenities the way it is now.
All right. Joan's hand is up, but I don't know, Joe.
We're not doing I mean, there's no public comment at this point.
There's no public. Okay. All right. Well, then, motion. If there's nothing else from the commissioners, then I'll motion to adjourn.
Is there anything else on the agenda?
No, that's
That's it?
We only had one project to review.
So the chair is now entertaining the motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir.
Actually, it's the only one that doesn't have to have a motion to.
I'll second that motion.
Great. We can just do if everyone in favor wants to say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Great. Thanks, everyone. And it sounds like we'll see you all in the end of April, and hopefully we'll have a good project for 73 Cedar. So thank you for all your comments on that. I think it's going to be very helpful to the owner.
Yeah, good meeting, and on time.
Yes.
Timing is great. The sun's going down. I can eat.
Yeah, we did it in an hour. It's kind of amazing.
All right.
Maybe a record.
Take care, everybody. God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
See everybody around the hood.
Hey.
One love.